Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of a Holy Rush Revival. I'm Rob Smith, your host. Tonight in the shop, we're going to put a windshield in a 1946 Willys CJ-2A. Look y'all, let me preface everything by saying that I'm not a glass guy, okay? One of my least favorite things to do in automotive maintenance or whatever is working with glass, because every time that I attempt to work with glass, it breaks. So, I don't know how this is going to go. Let me just say this could be a very smooth whole video, or it could be a pretty tragic video. A lot of heartache in here. So, hang tight. What I do know is that 1946 Willises were made for the common guy to work on. They're easy. They're easy to work on, and hopefully you'll see from this windshield install that will be the case. Cross the old fingers. What I have read is that aftermarket windshield frames are not really the correct size from the original windows. So we'll get into that in just a minute. So hang tight. Hold on to your bootstraps. Hopefully this will go smooth as a baby's bottom. However, it's probably going to be rough as a cob. So let's see. Okay, let's evaluate our situation just a moment. I went on ahead and set an external table up in front of the old Jeep just to have a clear workbench with some carpet on there to help protect the glass. So that's going to be good. Up here, it looks as if this bottom section of this frame, you can see it's got a divider in the middle, so there's two different glasses. It separates from the top section, which is part of a hinge up here, with 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. And as you know, these old windows actually fold out. So I'm going to need to separate this arm. It looks like just a flat head, standard head bolt in there. So I'll need to take this off and pop out those 3 bolts. And let's get this bottom section of the frame on our workbench. That came out really easy. That's the bolt and a castle nut. And I'll almost be willing to bet that if you have an original windshield frame, all of that's not going to come out that easy. It's probably going to be very rusted. In my case, it's brand new, so it sure is nice. Oh yeah, it sure is nice working with newer stuff. Well, I always leave a tool on the other side. Feller just likes to have to walk a lot, you know? It's good for him. Oh yeah, it came out so easy. But I can guarantee you, if that was an original frame, I'd already soaked about half a can of PB Blaster on there. Okay, let's see how easy this thing comes out. Should just slide out, hopefully. Okay. There it is. Okay. All right, it doesn't look too terribly complex. So, what I was telling you earlier, the width of this channel right here is not quite as wide. And then the height is also a problem, so I had the glass cut a little bit smaller. So let's get the glass out and see what happens. Okay, this is some glass that I had cut at a local glass shop. And I'll be honest with you, it's kind of difficult to find somebody, especially an automotive glass place, that will actually cut glass for a car. And I think there are some Department of Transportation regulations that it can't just be plate glass. And you really, honestly, you wouldn't want just plate glass, because if it broke, there could be a spear go through your chest, and you wouldn't want that. But this glass is actually 2 panes of glass with plastic sandwiched in between. So it's a safety glass. So if it does break, it'll kind of hold itself together until such a time you take it all the way out. But this makes me nervous already, y'all. Just looking at it, getting it out. Let me set this here. Let's work with one at a time, and let's get this other one completely out of the way. All right, so I think this is a little thicker. It's 1/4 inch thick glass. I don't remember the exact dimensions I told them, but I basically just got a depth gauge and measured the depth on the inside of these channels. And then I measured from, sounded like some kind of farm animal out there. I don't know what that was. Anyway, it sounded like an animal in distress. Heck, it might be a raccoon in the chicken yard. I don't know, but I don't hear anything. Let's just try to simply slide this glass in and see if I... Okay. Okay. Okay, that slid on down in there. Okay. Okay. That actually fit pretty well. It looks like pretty good space up here at the top. Now, we can't just leave it in there like that, because there's got to be a little bit of cushion. You know it's going to break. If it vibrates around inside that, looks like a little gap right there. If it vibrates in here, it will surely break. So there's got to be a cushion. And originally there's rubber that folds over the edges as you slip it in. But what I read is that the original rubber will not work on these aftermarket glasses. So let me try to ease this back out. Did I tell y'all that I hate working with glass? Well, it makes me nervous. Oh, come on, get out of there. It's wedged itself in there. There it goes, there it goes. There it goes, we gotta come straight out with it, straight out. Come on, attaboy. Okay, so I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna get a little acetone, get all the grease off of it, and then I'll turn the camera back on and show you what I'm gonna do for cushion. Y'all, it's terrible and wrong to talk about somebody if they're not here to defend themselves. And look, I love my brother with all of my heart. And I can't definitively say that he has walked off with my tape that has the gorilla on it. You know what I'm talking about? That kind of tape. But sometimes I just can't put my hands on things, and I end up finding it later in the farm truck or on a tractor or on a bulldozer. So I know I had some of that tape here, and I can't put my hands on it. Last time he was home, I made him feel bad because I was missing a lot of WD-40, or PB Blaster rather, and starting fluid cans. And he did the right thing. He went by Tractor Supply and brought a whole load home last time he came home. And again, look, I'm not talking about him. I love him with all my heart, but my tape is missing. And I don't know anybody else that could have come out and gotten my tape. And I'm not talking about him because if he watches the video, I'm going to test and see if he does. I'm not actually talking about him because I'm talking to his face, just in a delayed reaction, if that makes sense. So, I borrowed this from my mother. It's tie-dye duct tape. Isn't it pretty? Oh, this is going to be real good. It's not quite as thick as the old tape with the gorilla on it, but I think it might actually be better because it's pretty tight in those channels, and this tape is a little bit thinner. So I'm going to put a thing of this tape all the way down through here. We're not making a Ferrari here or anything like that. We're not really even trying to seal anything. We're just trying to keep the glass from breaking as it bounces around in that metal channel. And look, later on, I'll take a razor blade and trim this once I get it in there. But I don't know if this is going to work. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. All right. I might not trim that glass off. I might want everybody to see that I've got tie-dye duct tape in there, right? I mean, who wouldn't want tie-dye duct tape? Groovy. Yeah. Boy, this is precision work here. Ooh, let's don't drop that thing. I've been looking for what my retirement job will be. I don't think I'll be working at a glass shop. That's just not my passion. But I admire the people who do, for sure. Hey, where does Santa Claus get his potatoes? Ida ho ho ho. I'm sorry. I apologize. So where do elves sleep? Or what do elves sleep on, rather? Cookie sheets. Oh, yeah. You gotta love dad jokes at Christmas, right? You know what I just realized? A while ago, I thought I heard a farm animal out there. Sounded like a little lamb, you know, lowing, or what do lambs do? Do they moo, or anyway? It was a mosquito in my ear. It is December the 8th in Mississippi, and I see them flying right there. December the 8th in Mississippi, and there's mosquitoes flying in my ear. Isn't that something? That's just crazy. You gotta love living in the South, because I think next week it's gonna be below freezing every day. So think about Mississippi. If you don't like the way the weather is one day, just wait around a day or two. You might like it later on. Cushion's good over there. Okay. All right, so what I think I'm gonna do next, I'm out of dishwashing liquid in my sink, and I'm gonna kind of coat this with a little bit of soap to make sure that it goes in there well. And all I have is flea and tick shampoo for the dog. So, it's soap, right? I don't know. Let's see what happens. Ooh, it comes out really good. Smells good. Maybe we need to give the dog a bath. I would put like thought about putting a Vaseline on it. But I'm afraid the petroleum properties in that would degrade the, boy, that's slick as owl snot. That ought to go in really good. But I'm afraid the oil properties would break the tape down after a while. Boy, I better hold on to that good. That could slip out of my hands real easy. Okay, let's see how well this slides in here. You can tell it's a little tighter already. Let's go in there straight. Let's go in there straight. Okie dokie. Okie chokie. Well, it's in there. So I'm gonna cut the camera and get the other side prepped and ready to put in. And I'm afraid that it's gonna be a little harder to put in because this center bar is a little looser, you know, with just one in there, but now it's tied up against that one. So I don't know. Let me get it ready and I'll cut the camera back on before I slide it in. Well, y'all, I'm sorry. I got carried away and got busy and went ahead and slid this glass in on the other side. One thing I did a little bit differently is I didn't cut the overlaps off because I noticed on the other one, the glass, can you hear that? The glass is kind of banging around in there a little bit. So my duct tape isn't exactly thick enough. So I'm not sure what to do. I did read somewhere on the old interwebs that in order to help keep it from bouncing around, they put RTV silicone in here, like gasket maker for an engine, that helps cushion that a good bit. And it just creates a big mess if you ever have to, you know, redo it to get all that silicone out of there to put a new glass in. I didn't want to do that, but I also don't want my glass to break from bouncing around so much. And also, I might have told them a little bit too small of dimensions on here because one of these is wanting to get right on the edge here. So I'm a tiny bit concerned about that. So guess what? I think I'm gonna slide this back out and put a bead of silicone in there and then smash it back in. Silicone. This is just ultra black gasket maker. Oh heck, this might even seal it to where we can put a heater in here or something. Who knows? Okay. Need to cut a little more off. It's not coming out fast enough. I don't know, y'all. It's going a little bit too smoothly so far. I don't know, where do mosquitoes go in the wintertime? Do they die? Well, apparently they don't die because the jokers are still here. Okay. I think I like that better. I see it kind of gushing up in the corners. It's kind of strange. I'm not sweating, but it's the middle of the winter and mosquitoes are out. Yeah. I hope when we put this thing back in that it pulls these posts in a little bit, because it's getting a little thin right here on these edges. Okay, let me goop up and I'll show you what's next. So, cross your fingers that I can get this thing back in that track up there without breaking it. I see something I need to do. Let me go fix that arm right here. Let me get some bolts ready. Man, this is scary. I wonder, hold on just a minute. Hold the phone just a minute. Would it be better if I let the windshield down? Or took the windshield off instead of trying to, I don't know, let me see. It probably would be better if I took the windshield off and laid it down, wouldn't you say? Because that's going to be hard to... Hold on. I'm going to take this frame off and set it down. I just think gravity would help me a whole lot better if I did that. I think I'm ultimately going to have to take the whole frame off and flip it over because I've got tabs right here that won't let it go back the other way. Yep. But that's not hard with these military. I think these were MB turnbuckles that held these windshields on. I just liked them because, I'll show you in a second why. I liked them because they had these little, see those little handles on them? I don't think the CJ-2As had that. They just had a bolt head. But hey, didn't have to have a bolt or a ratchet to take that off. Better if I got some blocks to set this up on, because I'm afraid these handles right here are going to push up on the... Yes, that makes me feel a little better. I'm going to put the window on, I won't be able to reach them, right? Got to stay ahead of your issues. And that gets hard for a guy sometimes to get ahead of his issues. Sometimes the issues get ahead of him. Okay. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, I love working with glass. Have I told you that? Maybe I did. Ooh, come on, man. Easy. Easy does it, Cletus. Hello. Okay. Okay, Smith. Watch what you're doing. Don't get too excited. That was probably not good to put that right on the edge there. Let's get it on up in here a little bit more. Yeah. Put that down. Let me get another block. Okay, maybe that's a little more stable now. I put these gloves on because it never fails in church on Sunday morning. My hands get so dirty I have to apologize to my Sunday school class because y'all may have noticed I talk with my hands a lot. And I'll get to go in during my Sunday school lesson and realize I do wash my hands, but I tend to get stuff on there that doesn't come off for a few days. So I have to apologize all the time about how nasty my hands are and assure people that even though it looks dirty, it's clean grease. It is clean as a pin. All right, get on in there. Get on in there. Get on in there. Easy. Nobody get excited. Okay, that one started. Okay, that side slipped in. Come on. Come on. Yep. Yeah. I'm just wanting to tell you what I need to do. I need to get a bolt started in this hole It is lining up. Okay, that's not going anywhere. Ooh, that RTV silicone is making a mess. Might be a good recommendation to let that dry before you start doing this. Oh, but the old boy's a little impatient. Just a little bit. Yeah. Ooh, Smith, hold on. Ooh, that was about to fall out right there. The center section is not wanting to pull up. Why? Why is that? Why is this center section giving me such a hard time? I hate to say it. I think I'm gonna have to get a whammer out. Scares me. Well, I think it went in a little bit. Yep, it did. I'm sweating, and it's December in Mississippi. Why is old fella sweating? I know why he's sweating. He's nervous. Okay, that bolt went in. Let's see. Let's see if I get this one to line up a little bit better. There it goes. There it goes. Get close. Come on now, Smith. Don't break anything. Let's see. Will it go? Will it go? Come on. Come on. Oh, 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 oh. Don't like that, don't like that. Let's see if I can make it catch a thread and go in there. Come on, baby, I know you're close. You're close. You're close. Oh, I know you want to come through there. I know you do. Giving my glass a little test for when I get out there on the trails. We got to be able to bounce around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just off by a frog hair, you know what I'm saying? Off by a frog hair. Okay, there's that bolt going through. Oh, did it work? Did it work? Yeah! That worked! Oh, man. And the mosquitoes are still tearing my neck up. Man, oh man. Okay, I didn't booger my thread up too bad, so that's still good. Okay, we'll pause the camera a minute. I'm gonna take my acetone and kind of clean up some of this. Then I'm gonna put it on, and I may let this kind of dry overnight before I start messing with it. But I'll bring you back in just a moment. Tristan, can you believe that your Uncle Rob put this in without having a crack in it? So far. We're not completely done. Got to do a little cleaning up here. Got a fresh, brand new razor blade. Fresh. I'm going to run it down this edge and see if we can clean this up just a little bit. That felt pretty good. Okay, let's see what, let me go down this edge. All right, let's see what happens. I almost just want to leave it alone, you know what I'm saying? Because that tie-dye duct tape looks really good. I really don't want to mess that up, you know what I'm saying? But it sure is sticking good. Oh man. Oh man. I hear somebody barreling in. Another visitor. And by the speed of it sounding like it's coming, I believe I may know who it is. Hello. Hello.
Are you filming?
Yeah, come here. I need to ask you something.
I'm not on camera, am I?
You are?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I gotta ask you something though. Oh, do you not want to be on the interwebs? Are you somewhere you're not supposed to be?
No, I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Okay.
I just don't look very presentable right now.
Well, look at me. I mean, okay. Jonna.
Can we pause it?
No. Leave it right there. I gotta ask you something.
Okay.
Come over here. Come over here.
Put me on the interweb.
So,
Yeah.
had a little talk with the audience a little bit earlier about how things tend to go missing in my shop when other folks come on. So did you? And I told them I wasn't going to talk about anybody, you know, that wasn't talking to their face. Duct tape, my monkey tape, gorilla tape. I told you.
I have your monkey tape. I have some left too.
Do you have some left? Okay.
Just a little bit.
Okay. Well, I knew I had a whole roll, and I knew I wasn't crazy.
Well, you didn't have a whole roll.
Not
You
a
had
whole
a
roll.
partial roll.
No, I think it
You
was a
had a
whole
little bit of a
roll.
roll.
It was a whole
No.
roll before you took it.
I used this much. This much.
Okay.
And I desperately needed it.
Okay, but look.
It helped me get through the week.
Look at the tie-dye duct tape I was able to use.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
That is cute.
Yeah. Okay. Pause. Okay. I'll just about guarantee you we're going to find duct tape in here. Yep. Look at there. Look at there. There it is. That's that tape with the grill on it. Yes, I was missing that one too. Oh. Look what else we uncovered. You know, that's okay. Because, you know, you're supposed to have grease for stuff that you want to get going. Then you need to have duct tape for stuff that you want to stop with a vice grip, but also PB blaster for stuff that you want to get going again. So really that's all you need in a farm truck. And every now and then you need to get something started. So there you go. I can't blame old feller for having that stuff in the farm truck. Okay, people, look, it's pretty much done. Can't even hardly tell there's a glass in that hole that's so clear and nice, right? I mean, it kind of looked like it did before when I didn't have the glass. But anywho, look, it's not a professional job by any means. And you can kind of sort of still see the tie-dye duct tape down in there. That's fine. That's fine. But it's going to work. It is going to work fine. Now, my last video, I showed y'all these blocks, and I'm not sure we really understood what those were for, and I'm about to show you. Can you see that line going across there? Before I had these blocks, that windshield frame, when it folded down, was slapping against that metal right there, and these blocks are there to keep that from happening. So let's just fold the old windshield down, and you can see what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Man. Let me just back up so you can get the full picture of that. Man, isn't that beautiful? Oh, I just see myself trail riding now. Let that window down and just be able to see all of God's creation all around. But also, you may notice that these blocks are not centered. This one's closer to the edge here than this one is. Can you tell the difference? And that difference, you might think, well, oh boy, just didn't, he didn't measure good. But see this hole? That's where the windshield wiper is going to go through, and you had to offset these blocks to a degree where they didn't hit the windshield wiper shaft that goes through. So the shaft will go through, and the windshield wiper blade will basically be over here in these sections. So if I'd have centered these up, it would have conflicted with that hole, especially this one over here. Anywho, okay. I'm gonna rotate her back up. I'm gonna put the phone down so I make sure. I'm scared now I might break this glass. So I'm gonna put it back up and we're gonna look at the final shots of this video. So let me show you one more thing before we shut her down. First of all, there's the window pulled out. If you need a little air in your face, or maybe you need some bugs in your teeth, you know, that's a good way to do that. Anyway, there's a seal that goes inside this channel all the way around, so that when the window comes down, it covers up this crack and basically seals a lot of the air. But I'm not going to put that on until I paint the thing. It's a lot of work to actually smash that little ridge of that rubber into that channel right there, and I'm just not willing to invest and put all that work in right now, knowing that I'm probably going to pull it out very soon to paint it. So let me show you one more thing that I'm excited about. Finally got my seat covers in the mail, and these are from Big Willie. You can Google it, Ian at Big Willie. This basically just slips down over the back, and it's got a Velcro on the bottom. It takes literally 30 seconds to put it on. I have not fastened this one yet because I've got to take this board off and cut it to the contour of this foam. And I'm really not planning on doing that right yet, because I'm going to keep these off. I don't want to continue to get them dirty while I finish up welding and grinding and all that kind of stuff to get it ready for paint. But there's also beautiful bags back here in the back. And matter of fact, today I put a battery in there because I didn't want it rolling around in the Jeep and flopping out and banging around. So perfect use of that zipper. And did I show you this zipper pocket down here too? Probably what I see in this one is my insurance cards, you know, and stuff like that I don't need blowing out. Okay, y'all, it's getting late on a Friday night. I think we had great success. I really do. I'm excited about the windshield, and I'm excited about not getting bugs in my teeth anymore and getting my hair messed up. You know, you can't get your hair messed up when you're riding a Willys Jeep. So I think she turned out well. So thank you so much for watching this episode of A Holy Rust Revival. I hope this was of some assistance to you in some way when you put your windshield in your Willys Jeep CJ-2A. And I'm sure there are better ways to do it. Time will only tell with all the bouncing around I'm going to do if that duct tape and that glue and all that's going to hold it. But I am glad, in hindsight, I'm glad I put that glue in there because the more it's firming up and drying, the more sturdy that glass feels in there, and it's not moving around as much. So, all right, use this information for whatever it was worth. Hold on to your duct tape, okay? You might want to hide your duct tape, especially that good old Gorilla Tape, because folks get sticky fingers with that. All right, y'all. Look, love you. God bless you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time. Who knows? We might have something else goes on this weekend. This is just Friday night, so stay tuned. God bless. Little bonus footage. Mimi and I are out riding in the Willys. We're at the base of a hill. It's actually the very foothills of the Appalachian Mountain Range, believe it or not. It stretches all the way down to Kemper County, Mississippi, all the way through central Alabama and on up. So let's give you a little footage of the hills of Kemper County in a Willys Jeep. All right, ready for our creek crossing, Mimi? All right, let's put her in low. Let's do low gear so we can creepy crawly through it. Thing on the watch bar is that limb sticking out there on the side. But we're gonna quickly kind of go up this way a little bit. Worst part. What do you say, sweets?